This should be the intro. It's me trying to climb into frame.
Hahaha. Namaste.
Hello and welcome to Podcast Untitled. I'm your host Dom, and today I'm joined by my new permanent co-host Austin. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing great. 2014 again. Dabbing.
You proud of yourself?
A little.
Okay. All right. I'm having regrets already, but that's fine. No, I appreciate you agreeing to be a permanent co-host with me, because this is also the second podcast you do now, but with things the way they are, it's hard to get co-hosts often, or I guess guests often, so this will make it so that we can actually get a good amount of content out, and you were probably going to be my guest a decent amount of time anyway, just because you're around more and we have a lot of stuff we can talk about.
I do a lot of stupid shit.
That too, yeah.
I'm a guinea pig and a masochist.
It's true. Anything I want to do, it's usually I just go to Austin first, because he'll do it without questioning me, which...
Like eating crickets, doing malic acid shots for no reason, just for pain.
Yeah, because I said we should. Yeah, the crickets were great. The crickets were great. You looked at me and said, the one thing I'll never try is crickets. And sure as shit, there was some sour cream and onion flavored crickets on the counter at the soda store we were at. And I grabbed them and I made him eat one in the car. It was awesome.
10 minutes later, eating a cricket after saying, I would never do that. I am subject to peer pressure, relatively easy. It wasn't a forced situation.
Hey, it wasn't that bad.
The taste wasn't, but like...
Yeah, until I had...
The wings in your teeth?
I was about to say,
that was gritty.
I had wing caught in my teeth, which was unpleasant. Sean wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's tough. Sean was scared.
I don't know, he just refused. I think he was grossed out. You guys heard Sean on our Super Fight episode. I don't know what episode that was, 2 or 3, but it might have even been 1, actually. I think it was the pilot episode.
I'm pretty sure it was pilot, because then Jeremy came on for episode 2 for the shoes.
Yeah, 2 and 3. So yeah, so you
Oh no,
you
2
heard...
was Vinny. 3 was...
No, Vinny was the prequel one. Vinny's I did as a test run. That was the 2-hour long. We talked about basketball for 2 hours. Just to kind of test out podcasting. So yeah, on the pilot episode we played Super Fight. And you haven't seen him, but you would have heard Sean on that one. And he's kind of the third member of our bullshittery, where I'll make them do shots of nasty shit just because I tell them we should and it'll be fun. Except we do it for no reason.
Oh yeah, on shot roulette. We literally went to the grocery store one day, spent our money to buy ingredients we wouldn't use ever again to make nasty shots of like Monster Rehab, Old Bay seasoning, cayenne pepper, maple syrup, mayonnaise, mustard, some other stuff. Then we went and got gross tasting soda one day just because we could, and we said, okay, if you lose this, it's coordinated to a number. Yeah. Now you have to drink that soda, like it was bacon flavored soda and peanut butter flavored soda.
For no reason, we'll add punishments to card games and stuff, and usually it's just because I tell them we should and they agree. And we don't even have video of it or anything. We really should. I think from now on that's going to be the plan, though, to make sure we get that captured. Because we did all this dumb shit, and there's no...
We don't even do it for views.
There's no recollection of it.
Yeah, we haven't even done it for views yet. Literally just for our own pain and punishment. To see each other suffer.
Yeah, it's brutal. Apologize for my dog in the background. I'm probably not going to edit that one bark out, but if he gets real bad, we're going to move him out of the room and I'll edit out other barks. I think that one's going to just get suppressed. So don't mind him. He's back there. He thinks he's directing. And he's just mad about nothing. What we need to figure out is what's going to be the next way I put you guys through pain. Because you guys just don't tell me no. So I think what I need to do is I need to find the breaking point. Like, at what point do I suggest something and you and Sean tell me, no, we're not doing it?
I don't know. Probably something that gets us arrested. Because now I don't want to get fired from my job.
To be fair, I don't think I would be willing to push it that far either. I mean, unless it was something we wouldn't expect to get us arrested. Most of our bullshittery happens in, like, one of our kitchens or living rooms anyway, though.
Yeah, so it wouldn't really be, like, a situation where we get in actual trouble.
I would think not. I mean, I would say our line might be the day we have to have a hospital visit. That might put an end to things.
No, that's lit.
Is it, though?
No, that's a story for the ages. When there's kids and running around and be like, your uncle or your dad was so dumb one time we had to take him to the hospital because he jumped off the roof because we told him it'd be funny.
Well, you live in America, so you know it's a good story when you can show your grandchildren the hospital bills you're still paying.
Sheesh.
I hate you. I hate it. I hate it.
Just a little bit of political commentary there.
I hate it. Can I acknowledge that? I hate TikTok. I don't care. I don't care. I hate it. I hate what it's done. I hate that you say sheesh to me.
Sheesh!
I hate it. I hate watching TikTok when my girlfriend's scrolling through it on her phone. I hate everything about it, and I have no realistic reason. It's not logical. It just pisses me off for no good reason.
It's pretty solid memes on there.
It upsets me.
Pretty solid memes, among some other things.
Though. I don't know. Maybe it's my girlfriend. The stuff that she gets suggested just doesn't interest me. But I don't think I've ever laughed at a TikTok. I don't think once.
TikTok makes it for you. Whatever you're interested in, it makes it for you when you use your own. I'm telling you. Everyone that denies TikTok. I was a TikTok denier at one point. I admit it. Look at me.
Here's the thing. And it's not even one that I have people on. It's one that I have with no followers so I can look at sports and sneakers news. But I just within the last year, like last 12 months, made it Twitter. When was Twitter popular? How many years ago?
I feel like it was really popular like 2015. That was like peak Twitter.
Okay.
2015.
So what is that, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
So give me 6 years and I'll get on TikTok. Is that fair?
Alright, bet. If it still exists, sure.
Yeah. If it survives 6 years, they can have my business, I guess. Was there ads on TikTok? How does that even...
A little bit, but
yeah.
Honestly, it is one of the most pleasurable ad experiences of any like social media. Like, it's not annoying. Usually, the people on there, the ads are like even made to be funny. Like they even kind of follow memes. Some of them aren't.
Are the ads done by TikTokers? What do you mean?
So like it'll be made like a common one is like the Cash App one, but I don't. That's like one of the worst ones. My favorite the other day is there's Papa John following a TikTok meme, doing a dance with a drone surrounding him, just shimmying in the middle of...
What was the ad for?
Just Papa John's pizza.
What do you mean Papa John's? There's no way. Papa John is banned from Papa John's.
Oh, I guess it wasn't technically an ad. It was just him putting out a meme. And he had... But he had his own pizza app.
Stop.
Like, he had the pizza...
Wait, Papa John made his own pizza app? For Papa John's, the company that has banished him for saying words we won't say on this podcast? Is that what you're telling me right now?
I have to get it so you could see and understand.
Is this what's happening? Are you... This is great content, by the way.
This is fantastic.
If you find it, also text it to me, so I'll put the link in the description.
It's
for people that are like me and don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay.
You found it already?
Yeah.
Send it to me now.
It's the last thing he posted, so I'm going to send it to you now.
Do you follow Papa John on TikTok?
I do not. It just
Do you follow people on TikTok?
You can, yes. I don't follow... I think I follow like 2 people. But anyway, there's a trend where you dance and there's like a drone surrounding you.
I'm going to have you stop that because I'm going to cut that audio out for copyright. I enjoy that he put hashtag Papa Bless. Is that the thing now? Are him and H3 just best friends now? I'm not caught up with H3 at all. I don't know if you ever were. Did you ever watch him?
Was,
no, that was
no.
Sean. Because he's had him on his podcast and stuff. The H3 podcast. And they've always had Papa John memes. But I noticed that he put hashtag Papa Bless just to add to the... I was going to say greatness, but I don't even want to... I'll put that in the description.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a word for it. I disagree. I hate it. I hate TikTok. And it's nothing against TikTok because I don't have a reason to hate it. I just hate it. I hate what it's done.
You know who advertised heavy on there? Is Dr. Squatch. Like, I've been lately.
That sounds about right.
I've been seeing like they have a Star Wars partnership, and I've been seeing that. And,
oh, really? That's cool.
The ad comes up multiple times now, but when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I don't even buy Dr. Squatch anymore, but I was like,
yeah, same. But
it's like they made the bars like literally. They made one like the logo. Forget now. I'm gonna piss off Star Wars.
One of the planes.
One of the logos.
Like one of the TIE fighters or something, or like a Star Wars.
You know their symbol that it's like black with lines and it comes up kind of like this.
What you're describing, I'm picturing the Atari logo, and I know that's not what you
mean.
It's
kind of like the Atari logo.
I don't know. Just see if you can find that. I don't know if I know what you're talking about. Dr. Squatch is really good at that, though. Like getting in and advertising the right spots. That's how I started buying. I don't know if that's how you got into them, but that's how I started buying Dr. Squatch was YouTube ads. I kept seeing it and I was like, oh, let me try it. We both, by the way, we both really like Dr. Squatch. The only reason we don't use it now is because us and another friend of ours went in straight to a soap wholesaler and bought just an insane amount of soap and split it three ways.
Same
and
place where Dr. Squatch is from.
So it's really good, same high quality soap, but it was just so much cheaper to do it that way. Otherwise, I think we both still would get Dr. Squatch. Because I really like it. It's really good soap still.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to find it, because like, I have it up, but like, it's not the actual soap, so you can't see it. Only Hope. It's called Only Hope, so...
I just want to acknowledge that you typed in "only" into Google, and the top suggestion was OnlyFans. What's going on here, bud?
Bro, I was really concerned about the porn leaving OnlyFans the other day.
I heard they got suckered into changing their mind about that.
I think I'm just stupid.
It makes sense.
I'm fairly...
I think you're stupid too, but I don't know if it's related to it.
I don't think it's related, but I think I was just completely wrong about that anyway.
I like that OnlyFans got suckered. I don't even want to say suckered, because it was dumb that they were going to get rid of it in the first place. So you guys got notoriety and all this money by doing that, and then you're like, nah, fuck y'all, we're going family friendly.
That's literally what happened with Tumblr. They literally followed Tumblr's descent.
Did Tumblr go back? I remember Tumblr got super... fuck this shit for a minute, but they went back on it.
No, they're still that way, but like Tumblr lost about 90% of its user base or something like that.
Yeah, just a bunch of horny fuckers.
Yeah.
I forgot about Tumblr existing until you just said it.
Literally, I think Pinterest is more popular now.
I don't get Pinterest. Another one I don't get. I tried using it, and because I like cooking a lot, so I was trying to find recipes and stuff on there, and then just other various things. I don't really understand how to use Pinterest. I'm not smart enough to use Pinterest.
Pinterest, I felt like, had a worse user interface than Tumblr, because I used Tumblr for a little while. He doesn't like the sheep.
Are you proud of yourself?
Agrees. Oh my god! The dog spun himself off the bed. Oh no. He's okay. I'm not laughing at animal abuse.
When he gets angry, he starts chasing his tail and barking. And he did that, and then he like half fell off the bed. I don't know how to explain what happened. He's fine.
He's good.
It's just...
Right.
Come here.
He's fine.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come.
Says no, he abuses me. Don't listen to what he says.
This is great podcasting. This is my little ball of anxiety. Say hi to the people. This is what you're hearing in the back. In the background.
That's hateful.
Stop.
Hates him. Abuse.
This is what you're hearing in the background. This, 9-pound menace. Yes, I'm 6'3", 220 pounds, and I have a 9-pound dog. Don't judge me. Me and my yappy little guy. This is great podcast material for when there's the audio-only version. This is what the people want to hear and not see.
Hell yeah.
Is you barking and me talking about what you look like when they can't see you.
Do you want to describe it like a fan fiction novel?
I really don't, actually. It's mainly because you just said it in those terms. Because you called it a fan fiction. No, I don't. What is wrong with you? We're not doing bestiality on this podcast.
Why not?
Is this how I get you to be quiet, though? Do I have to do the show like this? Because you're dead silent. Let's see how long this lasts.
He's vibing.
Yeah, I feel like Pinterest doesn't explain itself well to new users. Because my girlfriend's mom loves Pinterest. And I think one of her sisters does too, if I'm not mistaken. But I really wanted to use it, because I thought it'd be a cool way to get new recipes and stuff to try out. And I kind of did that. I didn't fully understand how I was supposed to find new stuff. It was very... I don't know how to explain what my issue was, but I had a lot of issues. I couldn't figure it out.
It's got to be easier over time, because, you look at the user base. When I think of Pinterest, the first thing I think of is, an old white mom.
Yeah, which you would think they would have the hardest time figuring out technology.
Yeah, exactly. So, it can't be that hard. I never got back into it.
Yeah, I think of Pinterest, I think of middle-aged women. I don't think that's unfair.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think that's probably the
and that's that, by the way, I'm not talking shit. Those are my people. You think I'm joking? Middle-aged women, that's my crowd. You put me in a party setting, you're going to find me with, honestly, maybe even older, you're going to find me with the grandmas talking about my rice cooker and my crock pot and how great they are. That's where you're going to find me at a party.
You're going to be, trying to show you pictures of their, grandson, though. Look at my grandson, Johnny.
Yeah, but that's... Okay, well, I'm not that old. I guess my family have kids young. My grandma's not like that. My grandma's also still a professional dancer, so she's not... I don't know if you've met my grandmother.
No.
And my great-grandmother lived on her own and drove and everything in Florida until she was about 95 before dementia started setting in. So my family doesn't really get like that. So maybe that's part of it too. That's actually a good point. Actually, the grandmothers in my life are probably a lot younger than your typical grandma. So yeah, middle-aged women is my crowd. And I'm fine with that. I can accept that. Even down to my dog. This is a middle-aged woman's dog. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Maybe not middle-aged necessarily, but like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like you're either like Paris Hilton or you're a middle-aged woman, and you have a Yorkie mix.
I see. When I think of middle-aged women, I think of crusty white Maltipoo. That's what I think of.
Oh, that's fair. Which makes me think of Sean's dog, even though I know he's a.
He's a cocker spaniel.
Well, he's a cockapoo.
Oh, he's a cockapoo.
He's half poodle. He's half poodle.
Ah.
Cooper. My dog just looks like he wants to leave. I think the piece may have ended, or he may just lay down on my lap. I don't know what it is. Yeah, middle-aged white women are my crowd. I don't know. Who do you end up interacting with at parties?
No.
You sit in the corner.
I
and
sit
drink?
in the corner like, please.
That sounds about right. Austin ends
I
up
don't
in
fit
the
in parties.
He ends up in the corner with like one or two people drinking.
Yeah, I drink like Jaeger, and then I forget what happened.
Yeah, I remember though.
You remember?
I'm the babysitter.
Yeah, you don't drink?
I don't, which I guess is also why it's easier for me to go talk to the middle-aged women at the bars. I fit in better with that crowd. I don't fit in great with people our own age. In a party setting, I should say. I guess, yeah, but that's in a party setting.
Parties are just awful.
I do hate
parties and bars. Awful.
I like a good... It's funny because I don't drink, so I'm there kind of for no reason, but I enjoy a good dive bar, honestly. Sit me down with a cranky old man, and I'm having a good time. I'll get like a Coke. I'll have a Sprite with him while he pounds whiskey. Those are my people, too.
Why, though?
I don't know. I enjoy the environment. I see you, though. I'd say you're next level antisocial for me, where I don't mind talking to strangers if it's like one or two people at a time. Party settings, just too much going on, too many people. I can enjoy a conversation with like a new person or like a stranger. All right, I'm gonna put you back on the. He's going back on the floor now. I can enjoy a conversation with a stranger. So a good dive bar for me, where it's like quiet, like half the lights don't really work. That's my spot in terms of bars, even though I don't drink. But like Patchogue, Patchogue where we live on Long Island is kind of like the nightlife scene, I would say. It's like Patchogue Main Street is kind of like
garbage.
Yeah, but for us, that's like where people go that live here to like go out for a night of drinking and can bar hop and stuff. That's what it is for us. Patchogue, I can't stand. Even during the day, really. They're like, we both like, there's a sports bar chain called Aruba's that we enjoy, but everything there is overpriced like you would expect for that type of place. And it's ridiculous. And then if you go there at night, everything's so loud. Again, I know I sound like I'm an old man, but like, it's just terrible. At least for us. That's not our scene. For some people, they love that.
Those crazy kids and
those damn kids.
Staying up till 2 a.m. at their bars. Damn.
Yeah, that's not our scene at all. We don't fit in there.
No.
And I'm fine with that, honestly. I don't want to fit in there. I hate it. I hate everything about it. And again, it doesn't help that I don't drink. Because the few times that we've been forced to go for like stuff, at least you can drink and you get kind of subdued. We went out for our one friend's birthday, and Austin had been drinking. He'd been pre-gaming pretty hard that night, actually. I don't think you really even drank there much. Did you even have a drink? You
no,
might have
I had a drink. Okay. I drank a vodka cranberry.
Okay, but yeah, you pre-gamed pretty fucking hard at the house, so you were good when we got there.
Yeah, I took 7 shots of Jaeger in probably about an hour and a half span before I got there.
Yeah, when the Uber dropped us off, Austin was well past toasty. But I don't remember why you went outside, but he went outside at one point. And he was gone for like 10, maybe 15 minutes, and then I get a text, and it's him telling me, I'm starting to sober up, I don't want to come back in. Which you eventually made it back in without me having to, because I genuinely thought I was going to have to go outside and get you for a minute.
I did.
Because like you were not as drunk as you were when we got there, but you still weren't sober enough where I was like, I might have to go save him.
It's just awful.
Because you can't be trusted when you're drunk.
It's true. But it was like awful. You have to picture like, it's not like a bar where it's like chill, everyone sit down at like a table or anything. This is a bar where everyone's shoulder to shoulder. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like leaning over the table to try and get the bartender's attention to get drinks. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on. It's completely loud. You can't hear anyone next to you. And, like, that's not my scene, and that's part of the reason why I pregame so hard. I was like, if I'm going there, I need to be pissed drunk. I need to be not... I have to not know where I am. And so that's why when I went outside, I was like, God damn it, I have to go back into this match.
Yeah, that bar, James Joyce, when it's going, is just terrible for people like us. It's like... It is a COVID nightmare. It really...
Did James Joyce start COVID?
It could have.
It is possible.
I'm not going to say
I'm not going to rule out Patchogue as a whole starting it.
They contributed to it for sure here. Like, honestly, joking aside, Patchogue definitely contributed to it big here. Because a lot of the play, we're saying that's the one just because that's the one we were in that night, but a lot of them are like that. They're all
no.
That whole strip, it's the whole main street.
Yeah, no offense to James Joyce in particular. It's just gonna be like all of those like Tap House and if you know Long Island.
That's what I was saying. Though you said it's not like a place you can sit and chill. That's what I mean. Like I like a good dive bar. You can just go and chill.
I would be better with a place you could like a dive
bar. I like
bar.
that setting. You know.
Yeah.
That's good for me. I can't deal with shoulder to shoulder. I don't like dancing. In the past few months, I've really learned something about myself, and that's that I'm not a fun person.
No?
I'm not fun. And I don't know how to feel about it. I guess I just have to accept it. But I'm not. Me and Katie went to a wedding a couple months back. And that's where it really hit me. Because I realized that going on the dance floor is, like, not fun to the point of being painful, if that makes sense. People that don't have anxiety aren't going to understand what I'm talking about, but it's like, I dread it. I really do. It's not even just like, oh, I don't want to go dance and be embarrassed. I don't even care about embarrassing myself. I feel I've done that plenty. That's not the problem. Just something about going on the dance floor and dancing makes me sick. It hurts my stomach. My heart gets fucked. It really is. It's awful, and I don't know why. It's supposed to be fun. And that was when I realized it, because I think I saw you the next day and I told you. I was like, this weekend really taught me something about myself, and that's that I'm not fun. I don't enjoy fun, I think. There's things that I find fun, but general fun and merriment is not something I like.
Yeah, no, if you were to, like, 100 male aged 20 to 25 were polled on what they'd consider fun, I don't think the top 5 would match where you would fit.
No. Like I said, I fit in better with an older crowd. When I was a kid, you know what I fucked with heavy? I couldn't tell you how to play, I don't remember. But when I would go visit my grandmother, my great-grandmother, actually, I always called her grandmother, my great-grandmother, dude, I fucked heavy with Mahjong.
I used to play that on the computer. I couldn't tell you how to play either.
Me neither. It's kind of like Farkle. I used to play Farkle back in the Facebook days. It's kind of like a Yahtzee variant. It's kind of like the Delta, but for Yahtzee.
The Delta?
Yeah, the Delta variant.
The variant? Oh, okay.
But for Yahtzee.
I was like...
I used to play that against my mom on Facebook.
Did you put it in place?
I couldn't... Me and my mom are very intense. Me and Katie went bowling the other day, and it really brought back memories. And I feel like it's teaching me things about myself of why I am certain ways, like when it comes to arguments and stuff, and why... I remembered in the moment, like, me and my mom used to go bowling, probably middle school, and it would be, like, vicious. Like, viciously competitive, probably to an unhealthy state. Like, and we would make, like, bets on shit. Like, it would be, like, stuff to do, like, around the house or whatever. But it would be me and my mom, like, betting on, like, who would win. And, like, they were intense, I guess, bowling games between like a 14-year-old and his mother. It definitely wasn't healthy.
I think it sounds perfectly
But it's great
healthy.
It's good mememories.
I think it definitely taught good core values.
It did. I don't think...
Gambling for stuff.
I think I've more recently started to get into my own psyche, I think, and learn things about myself. And I don't necessarily think it's a good thing, by the way. I don't recommend it. But I'm starting to see stuff like that. Like, oh, that's why I'm the way I am. Like, shit like that is why I enjoy arguing to an extent. And about certain things, and I think you know me, and you're kind of like this too, where I will have very strong opinions.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, when I form an opinion on something, because I also feel like I'm very diligent in my research of things. I don't typically like spewing things that I don't know a lot about. Like, I'll preface to people, you know, I could be wrong about this before I say something, but, like, when I form a strong opinion, like, I'm like, no, I'm right. You know what I mean? Like, you're not changing my mind, and this is what it is. And that's why we can play games like Super Fight stuff and get in, like, vicious debates. You didn't really see that much on the podcast episode. We were pretty lighthearted for all those. But, like, I've realized I'm very competitive.
We eliminated part of the game, to be fair. Like, you're supposed to yell at each other, but we made it so you guys could listen.
Katie always gives me shit, though. She's like, you never let me win anything. And I go, what do you mean? Like, it makes me mad when she says that a little bit, like, legitimately. Just a little bit. Because it's like, what do you mean let you win? Like, what are you talking about? She's like, you're not going to let the kids win? No. Fuck them. No. When they beat me, it'll mean something. Like I absolutely not.
They have to learn.
Yes.
They have to understand where
But here's the problem. I can also acknowledge that's definitely not healthy. But at the same time, I'm not going to change it.
No, that's super healthy. I don't care.
It makes, like... It does. It makes me mad.
Kids.
She says, you don't ever let me win anything. And it pisses me off.
Get better.
Yeah. I'm like, what do you mean?
Up.
I'm like, maybe one day we'll find something you can beat me at. It's not my fault. But it makes me mad. Like, no, I'm not going to let you win. That's not what this is. What's the point? That's the thing. And maybe, again, this is probably unhealthy. But it's not fun for me if there's not a winner.
No. What are you playing for?
Thank you. Right. But here's the thing, though. Okay, so you're with me. But you realize that's so unhealthy, right?
It probably is, but...
We should be able to play games without that being a thing.
But how do you have fun if you're not trying to win?
I agree.
What?
I agree.
I used to be the person that, like, was in pub Call of Duty matches, like...
Yo, you
like,
were bad on that.
Like, just, like, why is everyone sucking so much dick? Like, I was that toxic kid that was, like... I wouldn't do it to my friends because I'm a little bit better with that, but, like, randoms, they're like...
You were bad. Not with us, no. Like, he's right now with us.
But because like I don't want to I didn't want to ruin my. I had friends like that were like, if you were doing shitty, like that sucks. Playing with your friends like that, like you don't want to play with your friends. So I was good about that.
I have a great picture of Austin that sums him up when it comes to video games. I didn't even think about that. You're very intense with your games. If I can find it, I'll try and put it up on the screen. It's from when we took a trip upstate, and we stayed with our friends upstate for a week, and it was. Fortnite was when Fortnite...
Are you sure it wasn't Overwatch? I was playing Overwatch too. And Overwatch was probably my worst.
I'm 100% sure it was Fortnite.
Okay.
It was because this is when Fortnite had its big boom. Because the first time I played Fortnite was on that trip. And I played it for a little bit when I came home, and then I kind of fell off. But it was definitely Fortnite. And you can just see, it's Austin just sitting in the chair playing, like, just the intensity on his face is incredible. And then, like, it just sums it up.
I'm not even good. I admittedly, I am not top tier. Overwatch,
Fortnite?
Fortnite, I was pretty good.
I was gonna say video games in general.
I'm not someone that's like, oh yeah, I could have played for like a competitive team. Not many people.
That's so rare. Yeah, that's like saying, oh, I couldn't have played.
I was one of the top of like my friends. Like when I played like Call of Duty and stuff, I was typically the top of the.
I was about to say you were probably the best COD player of our friend group. I would say
Overwatch was my peak. Overwatch, I was borderline competitive play. I could have done it for my school. Like, definitely when I was in college. Yeah, I could have been on my school's team because I probably would have been... at my peak, I was High Master. So, that was my most toxic I had ever been because, like, if you guys have ever played Overwatch, it's a very team-based game, so if someone's fucking up, they're fucking up the entire team. So, I was very competitive with that.
I never played any game like that enough to get really good at it. And some of it's just natural. Like, I never would have been able to be as good as you were at those games just because I'm not good at video games like that, but I could have been a good player if I played a lot. I just can't stand randoms, and I don't like talking to strangers on... It's funny, I don't like talking to strangers on that. So when I would play COD, when I play Overwatch, or even Fortnite, if I was playing with randoms, I wouldn't put the headset in. That was another weird thing that would give me, like, anxiety, was talking to people on there. I don't know why. Because, again, I don't mind talking to, like, a stranger in person. I don't know why... That's another weird thing, I guess. I don't have an answer for it, but I would never plug the mic in, and so that makes it so much tougher to do good in those games. So it was harder for me to play if the homies were in.
That's interesting, because I really missed the Modern Warfare 2 days where they forced you into the lobby. I missed having those, like, back and forth with some random guy. Like, that not even being toxic in that case. Like, some guy's like, I fucked your mom, and then the game would start, and then you, like, just go teabag him, and you'd say it into the mic, like, what'd you do? It's like, just start, like, fucking around. I missed that day.
Oh.
I miss that. Yeah. There's obviously the worst interactions where people are just screaming at you, like probably me.
Yeah. I was always awkward when we'd go on the mics, because even as groups on COD, that was like peak with that was COD. Like, we'd probably have like 4 or 5 of us, and then we would get a random to come in. I feel like I was always the one talking the least amount to the random. I would talk to them because the whole squad would be there. I don't know. I was always weird talking to
I
strangers
didn't
on Xbox.
there always used to be like a night or two where we'd like fetishize a random person. Like everyone would be like, I love this guy. And like I'd be like, this guy's mid. like this guy's and then
There was a lot of people who were like, oh, this guy's let's all add him to our friends list. Never played with that person
never saw him again.
I feel like that's probably consistent.
Because that's what it is. Like I never added that person. Everyone's like, yo, this guy is so cool. He's so good at the game. And never saw him.
I would always just join and add people, but like I had so many people on my friends list that I played like one game with and never played with them again on Xbox.
When I was younger, I had from Modern Warfare 2. I made a whole friend. It was really cool.
A friend for strangers?
Yeah, strangers. Really cool. And because like a lot of the time, like my friends would have like full lobbies by the time I got on, and so like, you know, I would start playing. This is where I got competitive. Modern Warfare 2 was the last game that I sucked at, because I got competitive after that because I started playing alone and it made me just so much better. But anyway, I met like people. I met a guy named Guillermo. Guy named Sean.
Hey, you doxing people on the podcast?
Hell yeah. They're gonna find him. They're gonna go find my Xbox. I still haven't added. I haven't talked to him.
Your Xbox gamer tag might get us canceled, dude.
Maybe. Hey, there's no lies. It's the truth.
It's the truth, but I don't know if the truth matters.
Hey, the truth matters to me in my heart. But yeah, I met a lot of good friends on there. I
don't know. I know something about strangers on Xbox. I never got into talking to people like that. I wish I would have. Maybe I'd be more social now. Although I feel like
it didn't work for me.
To be fair, I was going to say I
feel like I'm for me.
I feel like I'm more social now, though. Actually, I feel like I'm probably more social than you.
Going
back
to the psych thing, no, that completely ruined me. Only being able to communicate through strangers, like that was the only way. It made me afraid of public speaking. It made me. It fucked me up in that way. It did the reverse of what you thought it would do.
I don't think I could do public speaking.
Oh, I hate it. I still get scared. I can't speak.
I haven't had to do it in a long time, so I don't know how. It's one of those things where like you can try and think of how you would act, but I feel like you don't really know how you would act until the moment hit. You know what I mean? So I don't know how it would be. I feel like I wouldn't handle it well.
Those were always the worst days. Always the worst. And whenever I had to give a presentation for like college or anything, I shook like a dog.
You know what I hate?
What?
And I wish teachers and schools stop. There is nothing worse, and I know I'm not saying anything new. It's been tropes in TV shows, but there's nothing worse than a group project. No matter how you slice it. Because if you let them pick their partners, that's almost like anxiety causing too. Because it's like, oh, I hope I can work with my friends, because what if 3 of your friends already are together and it's groups of 3? Well, shit. And if they assign it, that's the worst. I hated getting assigned. I always felt bad. Because, again, I'm not super, especially in high school, I'm not super social with new people. I'm a lot better now. But oftentimes, I'm very quiet with newer people, and then I will slowly become very social when I'm around people I'm comfortable with. So I would always be so quiet in groups, and, I felt like I wasn't doing anything. But it wasn't because I was trying to be that lazy kid. It was just, I wasn't good talking to people I don't really talk to.
Yeah, it was
tough. You know
tough.
what I mean? So group projects are literally the worst. Please stop. Please stop doing them. Plus, why is my grade hinging on 3 other people? You know what I mean?
It gives you a sense of pride
and
accomplishment.
No, it doesn't. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what psychologists will tell me. No, group projects contribute nothing.
Pride and accomplishment.
No. What are you talking about?
I'm making a joke about the EA, what they said when you couldn't...
Oh, for their pay-to-win Battlefront?
Yeah.
Was that for Battlefront 2?
Yeah, it's the second one. Because they fucked up the first one, then they fucked up the second one, but then they said, okay, never mind, and then the second one's apparently good now.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I don't have time to play games anymore, is my issue. I still have to finish Red Dead.
Yeah, that's like 2 years old now. It's all game.
Yeah, I just don't have time anymore. The last good game I played, start to finish, speaking of Star Wars, was, what was that game called?
Fallen Order?
Yeah, Fallen Order was
a great
game. Awesome game. I played that a lot. I beat the game, and then I started doing the completionist stuff. I just ran out of time for it. But that game was awesome.
That game just felt good. I can't believe EA made that. I can't believe
they can make good shit.
It's just so tough. I mean, they're hiding like emeralds. I'm not even gonna call it diamonds. They're hiding emeralds in a pile of shit. because you have Madden and FIFA on one side of things. You have the Battlefronts, which I'll give it to you. I haven't played Battlefront 2.
I've heard good things.
I heard good things about Battlefront 2 after they fixed it. But Battlefront 1 was terrible, and no one could tell me otherwise. I played that, and I stopped playing in within, 3 days.
I wouldn't say terrible, but it wasn't great.
Oh, I hated it.
Terrible's dramatic for me. I played with one of our friends for a little bit, and I enjoyed it. But I didn't play it on my own at all, if that's an indication.
EA does so much bad.
To be fair, I think EA could make Madden, NHL, and FIFA awesome. They choose not to. They don't. I'm sorry. That's not even the right way to put it. They don't have to do it, so why would they? That's kind of how it is. That's not. They don't make money.
I bought Madden.
They also don't make money off of. Yeah, how is Madden? Maybe we'll talk about that off because I don't want to stray too much. I want to talk to you about that because I'm considering actually buying the Madden again. Let's see if they sucker me again. Without going into too much depth though, worth the purchase or you regret it?
Nope.
You regret
Garbage.
it?
Same reskinned, add the names of the rookies, let's go, get in.
Yeah.
I don't understand, there's so little to focus on, that they're still fuck it up, and they don't add what people want to be added because they know people are going to buy their game. Like
the
me,
thing
I'm
is,
an asshole.
all of their money comes from Mutt Fut Hut, the Ultimate Team.
Mutt Fut Hut.
That's what they call it. Ultimate Team's where they make the money, and for me, I love playing franchise modes. That's my jam. And they just don't do a good job, because at least 2K gets a lot of shit from their community too. And they also don't update their franchise mode as much as they could. But compared to the EA games, it's insane. It's leagues ahead. The only thing one of the EA games does better, and maybe this is flipped because I haven't tried doing a connected franchise or whatever it's called in 2K in a while, but the connected Madden franchise is basically just Madden franchise with more people. Whereas the 2K version has always been more limited. It's not quite the full experience. So that's the only thing. But even NHL, maybe they added it back now, but I think it was 2 years ago, I had a friend that's big into hockey, our friend Pat, and NHL, I want to say it was 14 or 15, me and him did a connected franchise together that was so much fun. We did a fantasy draft. We went to opposite conferences, so we always got to meet in the playoffs. Usually we would both make it to the Stanley Cup, and that was so much fun. So I hit him up. I was like, dude, this is a couple years ago. Let's both get the newest NHL, and we'll play together. Thank God I looked it up first, because it turns out that they took connected franchise out of the game completely. There was no such thing as a connected franchise.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Because they don't make money
That's
off
one of
it.
the best things, though, that they have. It's
Yeah.
They don't like putting in quality content.
Mm-hmm.
They like putting in the garbage that generates
right.
money.
And the problem is they lost $60 sale from me and from my buddy Pat. 'Cause I just went back to playing the old NHL I still have. I think I have 17, and I'll still play that from time to time. But that's $120 total. Meanwhile, by working on Hut, they'll get one guy that'll spend $120 in a day ripping packs.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't upgrade that other stuff. So I believe they could make a really good sports game.
They just don't have to.
Yeah,
they need competition. It's literally they have a monopoly on it. They're not forced to.
When is the 2K NFL supposed to come out? This year or next?
That's not out till 2025.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's not
very
coming out for a while, and
it's
not even a full.
Very misinformed.
It's not like. I was cleaning out my room. I found 2K3. The football game.
Yeah, you sent me that picture.
Not the basketball game, the football. And I was just like, wow, this game actually is really good, or was really good. It's a shame that 2K doesn't get the right. 2K got rights to some things. It's not going to be. I forget what they actually said, but it's not going to be like those old 2K games. It has to be slightly different due to an agreement they made, because EA has a chokehold on it. EA says, if you make a game that's way too close to our game, we're gonna sue the shit out of you, or whatever they're gonna do. I don't know. You're just not allowed.
Speaking of chokeholds on things, one recently got loosened, and I'm really hoping we get back in an NCAA game. Now that players can make money off their names, if they can have an NCAA players union to negotiate something with some developer, that would be incredible. The NCAA football games were, especially the integration they had with Madden back then, awesome. And I hate to encourage that because, again, it's linking us back to EA and Madden.
I hope 2K takes it. I hope 2K puts in the
That's
huge
what I was going to say.
offer.
Because, again, I know if you guys are if anyone's watching this is a big NBA 2K fan and not so much into the other sports games, I know there's a lot of, if you're a franchise guy anyway, there's a lot of shit thrown at 2K. I promise you 2K does way more for the franchise community than EA does for their sports games. That might sound crazy if you're not familiar with the EA Sports games, but it's true. It's not even close. 2K's franchise is insanely better and more deep than Madden's franchise, than the NHL franchise, at least the last time I played it was, and I've never actually done a FUT franchise, to be fair, but I'm assuming it's more of the same, because why wouldn't it be?
The one thing I said Madden was garbage this year. I haven't tried franchise mode, and what I heard is they actually did it right this year. I heard it's actually good.
We still wouldn't get some of the stuff, but I think the important stuff we get, because we're both last gen still. For neither of us right now is it worth it to buy a next gen console.
Oh, I have a next gen console.
Never mind, I'm an asshole.
I have a next gen
console. When the
console.
fuck did you get a next gen console?
So I told my mom and girlfriend, like, hey, please don't get me this. Like, I know, because my girlfriend asked if I wanted it, and I said, no, like, it's way too much money.
Yeah.
And I was like, please don't. Like, the normal guy thing. I really didn't. Like, I really...
You're being genuine, I know you were.
I just genuinely, like, I was like, I don't want them to spend that money.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to enjoy it that much, because I don't have a 4K TV. And they, like, they didn't take it seriously. I actually hate it. They got a video of me, and I sounded like such a spoiled brat. Like, if the video came out without, like, me saying that, like, it sounds like I'm pissed that they didn't do more for me. I'm just pissed and, like, sending out vitriol of, like, why they shouldn't have done it.
That's
and, like,
awesome.
It's really... I hate it.
Do you have that video?
I'm not...
Not for this, but can I see that video? I won't put it on here.
I'll actually...
But I would love to see that
Haley, like,
video.
showing it to me, and she's like, you sound like such a spoiled brat. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, that's not what I meant. Like, I was just mad that you guys spent so much money on me. Like, and it came out so wrong.
So here's the thing, though. If I go over your house after this and I tell Haley and your mom, please don't buy me a next gen console, do I get one? Is that how this works?
Maybe.
Is that how this works?
Maybe. I don't know, but yeah, it's... my mom got it for me for Christmas. She found it 2 days before Christmas at a Best Buy. She called a bunch of them. So
that's made funny, but that's cool. For me, I don't play games enough for it to be worth it.
I actually haven't been using it. It's been exactly
I'm sure you haven't, because I'm sure you're,
I bought Cyberpunk, which granted, I heard Cyberpunk was trash. But I wanted it anyway, just to try and develop my own opinion. There's been tons of games that have been called trash that I've actually enjoyed.
Was it you? Didn't you like No Man's Sky after they fixed stuff? Was it you and our friend Jay?
No, that's Sean, I think.
Sean? I think Jay was, or maybe were you and Jay excited for it?
I was excited for it, and then I never bought it. But
which console? You got that new Xbox?
Yeah, the Series X.
What's it even? Oh, that's what it's called.
It's called the Xbox Series X.
I can't keep up with what they named theirs.
They went so backwards. 361.
Yeah, because remember there was all those rumors. It's going to be called the 720, and then they said the 1.
Yeah. They didn't go through any logical progression with that.
So is that what you have? You have Madden on the new Xbox though?
I actually bought the Xbox One version because I wanted to play with our friends.
That helps then, because I'll be able to know.
Yeah, if you do, because that's where everyone bought it from.
So if I get it, I'll be getting the version you have.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so we can play together. There was a lot of confusion because, like, when you Google it, it says you can't play cross-gen.
I think you can though, but right?
You can.
Yeah.
As long as you buy the Xbox One version, to play with the people that have Xbox One. Obviously, they can get the Xbox Series X version, but like I got the Xbox One version, and I can play with them.
Oh, okay, I see. I understand.
Yeah, because there's different versions.
It's so annoying the sports games do that. Like they don't put everything on both. Like PC is what game? I don't know if it's for Madden. I think it's for Madden, and probably gonna be the same for 2K again this year. Where PC is still last gen because they don't prioritize it. Believe it or not. Yeah.
For Madden.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
2K is always like that. The first 2K when a new console comes out, PC stays last gen because they're not concerned about it. They don't make enough money off of it, and it gets fucked up so bad. It gets modded and hacked so bad. But for me, when I play franchise, having the mods and stuff actually is kind of a bonus.
I feel like it's a much better game on console. Anyway, I feel like
sports games are meant to be played with a remote.
Yeah, I feel like they're meant to play with a remote.
But you can plug a remote into the computer.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
But yeah, I'm thinking about getting that Madden. And honestly, part of me going into it knows I'm really just buying it so I can have Jerry Jeudy and Patrick Surtain. And I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah, you get the reskins. I mean, Jeudy isn't a reskin, but...
Well, the last Madden I have, Judy's not in.
Oh, you didn't buy 20? I thought you did for some reason. I thought you played with people.
No, I have... Wait, which one just came out? 22, right?
Oh,
21. I have 20. I don't have 21.
You have 20, you don't have 21.
I skipped 21. I finally... After years of saying I'm skipping Madden, I actually skipped Madden. I don't regret it. I still have that franchise from 20. But I played one game the other day. I randomly got in a Madden mood.
I'm surprised people were on it.
What do you mean?
Madden 20?
Well, it was my franchise.
Oh, so you don't... Yeah, okay, yeah, you don't need
Yeah,
that.
because it was my franchise. I was texting you about it. It's like 5 years in the future.
Yeah, you were talking about Maurice Canada. Legend.
Yeah, Mo Canada. I made him really good in that game. That was awesome. But how long have we been going for?
50 minutes, almost to the T.
Okay, that's pretty good. I know that was a lot of rambling. It was not coherent at all, and we didn't really follow a thread. I don't even know how we ended up talking about Madden. That's probably the last thing we thought we were going to talk about. There'll probably be a couple episodes that are like this. Some episodes will have structure. Again, this is the first one we're filming where I have Austin as my co-host and we have video, so that's really cool.
I don't even remember where we started. I think the last thing we talked about was how group projects suck, and then we got to Madden. Oh, it's because I said
we jumped through a bunch of video
games, for a sense
but...
of pride and accomplishment, and that took us to EA.
Yeah, so some of them are going to be like this. Some of them we're going to have actual planned out structures. We'll see where it goes. But I expect to see Austin now in pretty much every episode. We'll still try and work on getting some guests on, because I think that's going to be a lot of fun, especially now that we have video.
Yeah.
But
play some games, do some masochistic stuff.
But thanks for checking this out. You want to tell them where they can find you, both for your other podcast and if they want to follow you personally?
No, but I do want to. I want to preach one thing.
Okay.
I have a love for one thing in life. It is not my girlfriend. It is.
You didn't have to say that part.
I wanted to. It is soda. I love Mountain Dew Pitch Black, and it has been gone since 2016 in my area after it won a permanent flavor contest that I was a big part of. Hashtag bring back Pitch Black. That is my message I'm leaving. I don't care about anything else. That is my message. Thank you.
You know, like 3 or 4 of our friends are going to watch this, right? Okay. I respected you yelling at nobody for now.
I'm yelling.
Maybe one day it'll come back. This will have blown up, and people can look back and be, look at this maniac ranting to the podcast with like no followers.
Me and Jay talked about it the other day.
I respect
and you reminded me of it. I was like, oh, me and Jay were just talking about that because he saw a tweet that. Because I've just been thinking about it a lot.
We've talked about it recently, but all right, I respect that. If we're gonna shout stuff out, if you live in the Suffolk County, Long Island area, New York, go to Goomba Johnny's Pizzeria and get a Grandma Clara pizza, because I've had like 3 grandma pies from there in the last month, I think. It makes me very happy. So if we're going to shout stuff out to nobody, I'm going to throw that out there for a very specific group of people. Actually, mine's probably more useful because we're going to send this to our friends who do live here.
Goomba Johnny's is going to sponsor us by next week.
There's our... That would be awesome, actually. Do you know how cool that would be? So that's our outro that also became rambling and turned into nothing.
That's about right.
Thanks for watching. Check out projectuntitled.org if you're watching this on YouTube, which most likely you are. And we'll see you next time. You just come here. Don't make me knock stuff over.